Namo Buddhaya, meritorious children. Today we are going to learn about a leader. How to become a brave and a good leader. A leader should be very brave, very influential, very powerful, beautiful, good looking, rich, and very educated, wise, and should have the ability to have patience, should have the ability to control his anger, and to act for the welfare of many people. So a leader should have that quality. You could even become a leader in your class, in your school, then maybe in any sport that you are into. Even when you play games, you could become a leader. It's not easy to become a leader. Some leaders are appointed by people. Some leaders are appointed by merit. Which one do you prefer? The leaders who are appointed by people or the leaders who are appointed by a merit? That means due to a karma, they are appointed as a leader. Which one do you prefer? The leader who is appointed by people through an election, by voting, or with the powerful merit? So most of you all would like to become a leader by the help of merit. So if you like to become a leader by the help of the powerful good deeds you have done, you should have trust and you should be heedful doing good deeds, not wasting our life doing bad deeds. Doing bad deeds is a wastage of our life. It's a way you can waste your life. It's a way you can ruin your life. So, have you all heard about God Sakka? So, Sakka is a leader, he is a ruler for two divine worlds, Chatum Maharajika and Tavatingsa. Millions of gods are under him. Even we share merit with God Sakka. So, today, first of all, we should not forget to go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, observe 5 precepts, and venerate our teacher to Pingvat Loku Swamin Wahansa, and then learn the wonderful teachings taught by our Supreme Buddha. So through the Supreme Buddha's teaching, we are going to learn about God Sakka today. So Supreme Buddha, with his developed mind, he was able to recognize who is God Sakka and by doing what kind of wholesome deeds God Sakka was able to get that position with his powerful merits done in past lives. Don't you like to know all those good deeds? In brief at least, and to at least perform 7 good qualities that he has done? So, as I told you earlier, let's pay homage to the Supreme Buddha. 3 times, go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe the 5 precepts. One more thing, children, do you remember that by taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha and by observing 5 precepts, we will be able to obtain 8 kinds of rivers of merit to our life? That means merit will come to our life continuously without stopping. So now today is Saturday. So think of the day and think of this valuable human life and try to keep your precepts. Try to protect your precepts for the sake of gaining merit throughout the day. let's go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe 5 precepts. So by going refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and by observing 5 precepts, you will be able to obtain 8 rivers of merit. How many rivers of merit? 8 rivers of merit. Children, can you imagine the nature of a river? The nature of a river is always flowing. Water is always flowing. So in the same way, when you go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe 5 precepts, the merit that comes from the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts is like a great river that always flows. So may you have the opportunity to go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe 5 precepts wholeheartedly. I will add one more thing, children, since I remember this, since this came to my mind while preaching. Do you know Devadatta? On the last day of his life, the day he was sunk to the hell, the day he was dragged to the hell, when the earth split, when flames came out from the earth to drag Devadatta to the hell, Devadatta said, Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, wholeheartedly. And later, after finishing his bad karma, he will become an enlightened one. Why? He went for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha wholeheartedly, even at the last stage of his life. So saying Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami is not a simple thing. And remember one more thing. At the beginning of the Buddha Sasana, the monks got ordination. They received ordination just saying by Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. That was their ordination. So even to become a stream entrant, you should have unshakable confidence in the Buddha, in the Dhamma, in the Sangha, and have a noble virtue, Arya Kanta Sila. You should protect the 5 precepts without breaking. Should be without patches and stains. So now, since you all know the value of going for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observing 5 precepts, let's do it wholeheartedly. Now, do you understand the value of going for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha? Very good. Okay, now say together with me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May our homage be to our Pingwat Loku Swamin Wahanse, Avasarai, Most Venerable Avasarai Kiribadgoda Jnanananda Maha Thera. That is our Pingwat Loku Swamin Wahanse. He has ordained more than 900 monks. He has given 10 precepts for more than 200 over nuns. So, to learn Dhamma from such a meritorious leader, from a meritorious monk like that, is a great blessing for all of us children. Because of his kindness, all these programs are conducted. As a result of his kindness, all the monasteries away from Sri Lanka and the monasteries in Sri Lanka were established. Out of compassion towards us, he sent monks to all over the world to spread the Buddha's teachings. And then, while he is sending his students to many countries to spread the Buddha's teachings, he looked for the welfare of those monks as well. And then our teacher does the best for the students, for the monks, and also for the lay people by thinking about their this life and also by thinking about their upcoming births. Usually people treat us just for this life. Even if we go to a house, even if a visitor comes home, usually people are treated just only in this life. But our teacher Loku Swamin Wahanse, through the Buddha's teachings, our Loku Swamin Wahanse, he treated people to be happy in this life and also until people attain Nibbana. To meet such a wonderful teacher is a very rare chance. Even to see such a person is a very rare chance, an extremely rare chance. Even to hear from such a wonderful person is an extremely rare chance. So, by showing gratefulness to our teacher Lokuswamin Wahanse, by discussing and learning few things about our Lokuswamin Wahanse, we were so fortunate to conduct this Mirror of Dhamma program today. So as I told you at the beginning of this program, before I gave you 5 precepts with the refuge of the Noble Triple Gems, we are going to discuss about a wonderful leader, a brave leader who had enormous patience and loving kindness. That is Godsacker. So, when the Blessed One was living in Vesali, do you know where is Vesali is? Vesali is in India. You would have heard as Vishala Mahanuvara. So, even today if you go to Vesali, you can see ruins, all the old buildings that was built during the Supreme Buddha's time, and also those were renovated by Emperor Dharmashoka. And you can see all those Ashoka pillars that was built by Emperor Dharmashoka to mark those places as significant places. So even Emperor Dharmashoka was a great leader. He donated his son to the Buddha Sasana. He donated his daughter to the Supreme Buddha's dispensation. Which king will give away their children when all the kings want to keep up their generation, to keep up their lineage? Emperor Dharmashoka, after building 84,000 stupas and temples, he thought he would become a relative of the Buddha Sasana, of a Supreme Buddha. But then the monk said, only after you ordain someone from your family, either your son or maybe your daughter, only after that you will be able to become a relative of the Buddha Sasana. So if the parents who are watching this program, if they love to become relatives of the Gautama Buddha Sasana, what should you all do? You all should think. The kids who are watching this sermon can go and ask your parents. Ask your parents whether they would love to become relatives of the Gautama Buddha Sasana by letting you to become monks and nuns in the future. Thousands of people will take care of you. Thousands of devas will take care of you. Brahmas will rejoice in your ordination. And then, if someone becomes a monk or a nun, he will be able to let others to go to divine worlds. The ones who will fall into hell, the ones who will fall into ghost worlds, will be able to skip all those bad worlds and go to a wonderful world. One monk can do it with the Buddha's teachings. One nun can do it with the Buddha's teachings. If someone has become like that, with the help of a great Kalyana Mitra like our Lokuswamin Wahanse, how fortunate they are. It's like living under a banyan tree. That's a small simile I have learned from our teacher. Living under our Lokuswamin Wahanse is like living under a banyan tree. So much protection. That simile is not enough actually. It's like we have got everything from him. Even our parents, they only know to treat us in this life. But our teacher Lokuswamin Wahanse, he knew how to treat us in this life and to be treated in next lives and until we attain Nibbana. So when it comes to Godsacker, once again, Godsacker did a lot of meritorious deeds in past lives. And God Sakka had the ability to think 1,000 things in one moment. And the marvelous realization about God Sakka was revealed in the city of Vishala. So in the city of Vishala, a Lechavi called Mahali went to the Blessed One. When the Blessed One was dwelling at Vishala, in the great wood, in the hall with the peaked roof, you call it Kutagara Salava. What do you call it, children? Pronounce it. Even if you can't see me in live, even if I can't hear you all, pronounce it Kutagara Shalava. What is it? Kutagara Shalava. Then the Mahali, the Lechavi, approached the Blessed One, paid homage to the Buddha, sat down to one side, and said to him, Venerable Sir, has the Blessed One seen Sakka, Lord of the Devas? Lechavi Mahali is asking from the Buddha whether the Buddha has seen Lord Sakka. Then what would have the Blessed One said? How would have the Supreme Buddha replied to Mahali? The Blessed One said, I have, Mahali. I have seen the Lord Sakka, and I know about Lord Sakka. You know what Mahali said? Imagine what Mahali have said. Surely, Venerable Sir, would it have been someone else? Would it have been someone else? Now Mahali is not sure about the Supreme Buddha's realization about Lord Sakka. Mahali is asking the Buddha, Blessed One, that must have been one who looked like Sakka. That must have been someone who looked like Sakka. But Blessed One, I think Blessed One would have seen someone else. The Lord of the Devas for Sakka. Lord of Devas is difficult to see. Mahali is saying, Lord of Devas is difficult to be seen. Then, how did Supreme Buddha reply? How did the Blessed One reply to Mahali? Mahali, I know God Sakka very well. Mahali, I know qualities that make someone the God Sakka. And I also know by practicing which noble practices one achieves the status of God Sakka. Now God Sakka is not elected by people, by voting or by people. God Sakka appears in the divine world, in Tavatimsa divine world, with the powerful merit he has done. With the powerful merit he has done in past lives. Now the normal leaders we see should be appointed by someone. That is also actually with the help of a merit. Not everybody can become leaders. Even in the human world, even if someone is appointed by someone, that is also through a merit. So to achieve that leadership, the leadership in human worlds, people have to struggle a lot, have to spend money, then have to boast about themselves, and then have to put down, have to compete with others. Then with their past merit and also by competing with each other and by struggling with so much effort, they could become leaders. But then God Sakka is born out of merit. Then Buddha preaches, Mahali in the past when Sakka, Lord of the gods, was a human being. God Sakka was a human being before. As a human being, he was named as Magga. Therefore he is called Maggawa. His name in a past life was Magga. That's why he is called as Maggawa. So another name for God Sakka is Maggawa. Now Supreme Buddha is revealing about God Sakka to Mahali. To whom Buddha is teaching about God Sakka now? To Mahali. Now isn't it important for us as well? It's important. Then Buddha preaches children in this Mahali Sattavatada Sutta in Sangyutta Nikaya. Buddha preaches Mahali in the past when Sakka, Lord of the gods, was a human being. When he was a human being. Now we are human beings. Now we can do what Lord Sakka has done in past lives. That's why we are learning this sermon, remember. One thing to know about God Sakka, and for us to develop qualities than the Lord Sakka has developed. Then the second quality, the second name is Purindada. Why? He gave gifts before others gave their on every occasion. That means God Sakka in past lives, before others donated something, he quickly took the initiative or then the opportunity to donate something as quickly, immediately. He took the opportunity to offer gifts to others. He wanted to offer before others do that. So, since he was chief in offering dana, he was in the first place. He was in the first in the line, or he was the first person to offer something to other people in a community. He was known as Purindada. Purindada means he is the first person to offer dana. Mahali, in the past, when Sakka, Lord of the Gods, was a human being, he gave gifts in a well-organized manner. He gave gifts in a well-organized manner. Now when you cook something, your parents should cook it properly. Now imagine a beggar comes to your house. Then imagine during the pandemic, some people, they give a bag of vegetable. But when those people take this bag of vegetables, they don't have enough spices to cook. Then they don't have other ingredients to cook. No onions, only vegetables. So when we give something, we should organize things properly. And then when we give things, we should pack them properly. Now if we put soap together with sugar, what will happen? The smell of the soap will get absorbed to the sugar. Sometimes some people put the detergent bags, the washing powder bags together with other food items, and then they offer. After some time, the food get the smell of washing powder. That is not organizing and offering dana. We should pack them properly, separate them properly and offer. And we should not give things that we feel like throwing away. We should nicely organize them, pack them properly, give something new in organized way. That's why Lord of Gods was known as Sakka. He organized and offered dana. So don't you like to live like God Sakka lived in past lives? Live like God Sakka lived in past lives. Then you also can become God Sakka. Now, look at this sutta. Listen properly, children. Lord Sakka in past lives, in this particular life, he has not gone for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha. He has just practiced these things to become God Sakka. Now we have gone for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, protecting 5 precepts. And on top of that, we are thinking and practicing the impermanence of nature. We are practicing meditation. We know about Nibbana. We hear about Nibbana. We venerate Bodhi trees. We venerate pagodas. And then while doing those things, we practice these 7 qualities and the other qualities that God Sakka has practiced. Then should we have doubts becoming God Sakka in next life? We will go beyond the God Sakka if you practice these things properly. For sure, these disciples who practice these wonderful qualities, the wonderful disciples who practice the qualities of God Sakka and the Buddha's teachings, they will for sure realize the 4 noble truths. Don't waste this life with unnecessary things. It's difficult to stick and live in line with the Buddha's teachings, but then the results are not difficult. The results will be so joyful and peaceful and blissful. People will be able to be free from anger. You all will be able to live without getting angry, without getting jealous. You all will be able to live with less desires. You will never feel lonely. You will never feel any sadness. Don't you like to live a life like that? You can obtain a life like that through the Buddha's teachings. That's why out of compassion, with so many difficulties, we have been conducting this program continuously so far. When we try to stop, someone is sponsoring for the program. So when we try to stop, then again lockdown took place. Then we had to conduct this again. So we are also gaining merit. You all are also gaining merit by learning Dhamma. But one thing, children, you all don't send good deeds to Dinu Dhahamputa. So make this program interesting. Now see, we work hard. So in the future, we are hoping to show you some sacred places in Sri Lanka. And if possible, we will try to visit those places and teach you how to worship those places, the history of those places. We'll see in the future. If you all are meritorious, you will be able to watch these things. Then Buddha is now telling these things to Mahali. Now Mahali is amazed by hearing these things. Mahali didn't know how Lord Sakka was born as God Sakka, what he has done in past lives. Now when Buddha preaches these things, Mahali was able to develop confidence in that. Why? These are all wholesome qualities. No doubts in that. Then Buddha preaches, Mahali in the past, when Sakka, Lord of the gods, was a human being, he gave houses. Therefore he is called Vasava. He offered shelter. He provided shelter for others. So children, try to practice these things. Then he had 7 names. The next one is Sahasanetta, thinks 1,000 matters in a moment. He can think 1,000 things in one moment. You call it Sahasanetta. And then Mahali, Sakka's wife is the Titan maid named Suja. Therefore, he is called Sujampati, Suja's husband. God Sakka is known as Sujampati. Now, Mahali would have heard these names before, but not the reason. Now, Buddha is revealing the reason. Then, Mahali, Lord Sakka of gods, lives in the great luxury, wields supreme power, and rules over the Tavatings gods. Therefore, he is called Devanaminda, Lord of the gods. You call him Devanaminda. Then see how peacefully, without looking at any paper or any book, Buddha is revealing all these things. That's why people went for refuge to Supreme Buddha without any doubts, children. He was not prepared to answer these questions to Mahali. He had this enormous wisdom and the power to read other people's mind and to recollect things that has happened in the past. Without any limit, without any limitation, he was able to see his past lives and other people's past lives. So when you worship the Supreme Buddha, before you worship the Supreme Buddha, now from this program, try to remember one thing. Think of this quality and worship the Buddha. The Blessed One was able to recollect past lives. I worship to that Buddha's great quality. Dear children, you all will become extremely powerful and meritorious if you can do these things. Then children, Buddha preaches like this. Lord Sakka practiced these 7 principles in life. Till his life lasts, he supported his parents. Till his life lasts, respected family elders. Write down these things. He abstained from telling lies. He abstained from derisive speech. He abstained from harsh speech and he spoke gentle words. And he offered dana until his life lasts. And then he did not get angry. So don't you like to practice what Lord Sakka practiced? What's the first one? Supported his parents, respected elders, then abstained from telling lies, abstaining from harsh speech, abstained from divisive speech. And then Lord Sakka, he abstained from telling lies and he offered dana, and also he did not get angry at others. One day, one asura came and sat on Lord Sakka's seat. And then what happened? All the other devas got angry. When all the other devas got angry, that Asura who was seated in Lord Sakka's seat became bigger and bigger and beautiful. Lord Sakka, amidst of all those devas, Lord Sakka started spreading loving kindness. What happened to that demon? That demon became very minute and very small and disappeared. So that demon was a demon who eats people's anger. Only Buddha revealed these things for us. There are demons and asuras who depend on our anger. So live always mindfully. Practice loving kindness always. Live a virtuous life. Don't waste this life. Day and night pass together with our life. What, children? Day and night pass together with our life. Life passes together with day and night. It doesn't happen all alone. Day does not pass without our life is spent. The days are passed, nights are passed together with our life. Days and nights take away our lifespan. We don't realize that. But through the Buddha's teachings, you can realize that. And be heedful. Respect your parents. Respect your elders. Abstain from telling lies. Abstain from divisive speech. Abstain from harsh speech. And also, offer dana. Don't get angry. Therefore, dear children, may you have the opportunity. May you have the courage to respect your parents. To support your parents. To support your elders. And also to abstain from telling lies, to abstain from harsh speech, to abstain from divisive speech, and also to use pleasant speech and offer dana as long as your life lasts. And then how should you offer dana? Before others offer, you should go and offer. Purindada. Become a Purindada. And then does not get angry. So may you have the opportunity to practice these 7 qualities and the other qualities that Lord Sakka had, and go beyond the Lord Sakka and realize the 4 Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Children, now we have come to the most difficult session. Why it is difficult? Meditating. Children, when they close their eyes, some they fall asleep. Some they close their eyes and slowly they open one eye. Slowly they open one eye and see what's happening. Don't do that. So now you have to close your eyes and keep your mind in one place. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Stick to the present. Think according to what I say. Follow the Buddha's great qualities. Think of the Buddha's great qualities. When your mind goes out of track, when your mind goes away from the meditation object, get back to the meditation object. Don't dream. Now sit in a comfortable posture. Keep one palm on the other palm. Cross your legs. If you are sleepy, you can do walking meditation. But listen to me. Now listen to me and think according to what I say. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, eradicated passion, hatred and delusion. Supreme Buddha, eradicated unwholesome deeds. Cultivated wholesome deeds. Guarded sense faculties. Controlled sense faculties. Even in secrecy, did not commit any misdeeds. Children of a Buddha, he guarded the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. He saw things from the eyes, but never got attached, did not get angry, or did not get deluded or deceived. That's why we say that Buddha controlled the sense faculties. The sense faculties are eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. Other people can't guard them. Buddha was able to control the eye. Buddha did not have the desire to see everything in this world. But normal people, ordinary people, they want to see everything as they wish. And if they can't see what they want, they feel sad. Buddha never got sad because Buddha did not have such wishes to see whatever he wanted. Even if Buddha sees unpleasant things, Buddha did not get sad. But normal people, ordinary people, when they see unpleasant things, they get panic and sad. Buddha did not get sad because Buddha had a purified mind. Buddha did not have craving. Supreme Buddha eradicated the desire for seeing forms, for hearing sounds, eradicated the desire for smelling odors, eradicated the desire for tasting flavors, eradicated the desire for touching tangibles. Tangibles are the feelings that you experience through your body. Eradicated the desire for thinking thoughts. In this way, the great Buddha is an Arahant. Arahant. Supreme Buddha realized the Four Noble Truths without anyone's help. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho. Supreme Buddha was able to see the past lives so the passing away and rebirths of other beings. Supreme Buddha eradicated all taints, obtained psychic powers. Supreme Buddha developed great virtue, concentration and wisdom. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Vijacharana Sampanno. Vijacharana Sampanno. Supreme Buddha followed the path to Nibbana and achieved true happiness. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Sugato. Sugato. Supreme Buddha understood all worlds and escaped from all worlds, and the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. Therefore, the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. The Blessed One understood that there are many worlds, that human beings are born among animals too after they die. Human beings are not always born among human beings. So by understanding that nature, by understanding and realizing many worlds, the Blessed One escaped from all the worlds forever. That's why the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. Supreme Buddha became an incomparable teacher for taming others with great compassion. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Supreme Buddha became a great teacher for gods and humans. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Sattadeva Manussanam. Supreme Buddha taught the excellent Dhamma without holding anything. Without holding anything. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Buddha. 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 Supreme Buddha developed all these great qualities and was unique to have all these qualities. And the Buddha is known as Bhagava. 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 The Blessed One is an Arahant. He is free from lust, anger, and delusion. The Buddha is a Samma Sambuddha. The Blessed One realized the Four Noble Truths without a guidance of a teacher. The Blessed One is Vijjacharana Sampanno. The Blessed One developed psychic powers, attained special knowledges to see past births, future births, and purified the mind. The Blessed One was unique in wisdom, was unique in virtue, concentration, and wisdom. That's why the Blessed One is known as Vijjacharana Sampanno. The Blessed One followed the Noble Eightfold Path, and that's why the Buddha is known as Sugata. The Blessed One escaped from all the worlds. That's why the Blessed One is known as Lokavidu. The Buddha helped many beings to become good, worse to good, and develop their good qualities to a great extent. Even the people who had good qualities, they were not able to attain Nibbana. They had some qualities. Even for such people, Buddha helped them to attain Nibbana. That's why the Buddha is known as Anuttara Purisa Dhammasarathi. Even thinking of Arahant Angulimala would help you to understand the Buddha's great quality of Anuttara Purisa Dhammasarathi. The Buddha became a teacher for gods and humans. That's why the Buddha is known as Sattadeva Manusana. Buddha taught this Dhamma out of compassion, without holding anything back. The Blessed One is known as Buddha. And the Blessed One was able to develop all these qualities. And that's why the Buddha is known as Bhagava. He had all these qualities and he was unique. The Blessed One was the one and only person to have all these qualities. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Slowly open your eyes. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, today we are going to chant another wonderful Parita chanting, a blessing chanting, a protective discourse, and also about loving kindness, that is Karaniya Metta Sutta. So if you like to know the background story or the reason for a Blessed One, for the Buddha to teach or introduce Karaniya Metta Sutta, well, the reason is once during the Buddha's time, some bhikkhus went to the forest to meditate and to practice the Buddha's teachings. Monks usually find a calm and a peaceful place to meditate and to live peacefully. So, after they went to that forest, due to their good qualities, because of the good qualities those monks have possessed, those divine beings bound to that forest, to the tree, couldn't remain in the top of the trees. Some divine beings are living on trees. Their mansions are made on trees. So after the monks went and started living under the trees and started making cottages under trees, the divine beings couldn't remain in a higher place because the monks were living in a lower place. So since they were earthbound devas, I believe they could not remain in their mansions. So monks started making kutis, so they tolerated 1 day, they tolerated 2 days, 3 days, but finally these divine beings, they were not happy with these monks dwelling in this forest. So even though they were divine beings, they did not have right views. That's why we should go to divine worlds by developing right views and with the refuge of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So now these divine beings, in the middle of the night, they make various noise and they made the monks feel uncomfortable and they produce bad smell. So monks find it uncomfortable to live in that forest. The happiness that they expected, the peace that they expected, the seclusion that they expected, they did not get that. Then they came back to the Buddha and told the Blessed One, we went to this forest, but then we were disturbed by unseen beings. We couldn't see them. We were disturbed by unseen beings. So there were no humans, but then we heard various noise and sounds. So we were distracted actually. Then the Blessed One said, Bhikkhus, get back to the same place. Go back to the same place and meditate. It's a very suitable place for you, but go and chant the Karanimetta Sutta first. Then Buddha taught the Karanimetta Sutta and sent back to the same place. They were sent to the same place and they chanted Karanimetta Sutta and started meditating. The divine beings who are unhappy with the monks, after chanting Karanimetta Sutta, the divine beings recognize who these monks are, the great qualities of monks, the value of the great monks and their loving kindness. Then the divine beings realize that these monks are good people. These monks are a good group of people. We should help them. And the divine beings who disturbed the monks started preparing, arranging water for them, helping them to find alms food. So when the monks went to the nearest houses to go to collect food, the divine beings on the previous day go and remind the people and tell them, and they used to tell the people, look, tomorrow monks will come prepare alms food. The divine beings help the monks like that. So if you also chant the Karanimetta Sutta, won't the divine beings help you, children? Will help you. Even if the divine beings don't help you, still you will chant something that was said by a Buddha. You are chanting, you are spreading loving kindness. When you spread loving kindness, non-human beings will become pleasant to you. So don't you like to have non-human beings that are pleasant to you? If non-human beings will become pleasant to you, think about human beings. They will also become pleasant to you when you practice loving kindness. So let's chant the Karanimetta Sutta in Pali and English today. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya mattha kusalena yantam santam padang abhisamecca sakko ujuca sujuca suvaco chassa mudu anatimani. One skilled in good, wishing to attain that state of peace, Nibbana, should act thus. He should be clever, upright, exceedingly upright, obedient, gentle, and humble,
Santussako cha subharo cha appakiccho cha sallahuka vutti Santindriyo cha nipako cha appagabho kulesu ananugiddho. He should be content, easy to support, with few duties, living lightly, controlled in senses, discerning, courteous and unattached to families. Nacha kuddhang samachare kinchi yena vinyu pare upavadeyung sukhino vakhemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. One should not do any slight wrong which the wise might censure. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Ye kechipana bhutatti tasava thavarava anavasesa Dighava ye mahantava Madhyimarasa kanukathula. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, timid or fearless, long or large, medium short, subtle or gross, ditta va eva additta yecha dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhavesiva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. Visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Na paro parang nikubbetha nati manyeta katha chinang kanchi vyarosana patigha sanya nanya manyasa dukkha micceya. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. Mata yatha niyang puttang ayusa eka putta manurakhe evampi sabba bhutesu manasam bhavaye aparimanang. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings one should cultivate boundless loving kindness. Mettancha sabba lokasming manasam bhavaye aparimanang. Uddhang adocha tiriyancha asambadhang averang asapattang. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving kindness, above, below and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Tittang charang nisinno va sayano va yavatassa vigata middho etang sating aditteya brahmametam viharang idhamahu. Whether standing, walking or sitting, lying down or whenever awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here. Ditta dithincha anupagamma silawa dasanena sampanno කාමේසු විනෙය්‍යගේදං නහි ජාතු ගබ්භසෙය්‍යං පුනරේතිති. Not falling into wrong views, but virtuous and possessing right view, removing desire for sensual pleasures, one comes never again to birth in the womb. Etena saccena suatti hotu. By this truth may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Now, dear children, this is a time for you to hear and see the good deeds done by other children. So, write us and send us your good deeds to Mirror of Dhamma program. The telephone number and the email address will appear on the screen. So, write to us, send us your good deeds, share your good deeds with us, and we will show it to the world for you to get a lot of merit. So now, I'll be handing over the program to Dinu Daham Puta and Devanga daughter. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the good deeds session, where you read and watch the good deeds done by children all around the world. My name is Devanga, and today I'm here with Dinu Daham.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Dinu Daham, and today I will be watching the good deeds done by Dinuli Upasika, Kevindu Upasaka, Savi and Sasan Upasaka, Akila Upasaka, Pasindu Upasaka, and Timishu Upasika.
The first meritorious deed was done by Dinuli Upasika. Her mom has sent an email explaining the amazing video she has made. Swami Mahansa, Namo Buddhaya. I am Aruni, and my daughter Dinuli Devandi made a video about beautiful Theragatas. Bohumapin Teruvan Saranai. The videos we are going to show you is about Theragatas. Theragatas are beautiful verses said by Arahants after they have attained Arahantship. Let's watch the video.
Namo Buddhaya. Dear friends, do you know that the Rahatan Vahansis are the ones who can truly be happy? These are the wonderful Theragatas told by some great Arahatun Vahansis to tell how they see the beauty of the nature. Once Arahant Vanavacha said, "In the forest where I live, pure streams of cool water is blue like the sky. The surrounding area is also very beautiful. The mountains are lit up by fireflies at night. I delight in these mountains." Arahant Vanavacha's pupil said, "My preceptor said to me, 'Sivaka, let's leave this village and head to the forest.' Even though my body lives in the village, my mind is in the forest. Even though I sleep in the village, my mind goes to the forest. There is no attachment for someone who understands the true reality of this life." Teruvan Saranai. May the triple jump bless you.
That was a beautiful video with beautiful gathas. Many merits to Dinuli Upasika for making this stunning video. We rejoice in your merits.
The next meritorious deed was done by Kevindu Upasaka. He has sent some pictures and an email of what good deeds he has done. Let's read the email and see the pictures. Namo Buddhaya Pindwat Swamin Vahansa. Kevindu has done loving kindness meditation. He has helped to prepare the Buddha Puja and offered them to the Supreme Buddha.
Kevindu Upasaka is cooking milk rice for the Buddha Puja. He is offering Buddha Puja to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. He is meditating and calming his mind.
Many merits to Kevindu Upasaka for sending these pictures and teaching others the good deeds he has accomplished.
The next meritorious deed was done by Savi and Sasan Upasaka, brothers from Melbourne. Together, they have created a video about Arahant Chakkupala. Namo Buddhaya, Swami Mansa, I am Savi Haputantri from Melbourne. I created this video on my favorite Dhammapada stanza. I wanted to know the background story of why our Supreme Buddha told this stanza, and I wanted to share it with all of our Dhamma friends. My Ayya Sasin helped me to create this video. I would like to share this merit with Pinwath Loku Swami Mahansa for teaching us the Dhamma and all the monks and nuns of Mahamayonava who teach us Dhamma in various ways. May all Swami Mahansas realize the supreme bliss of Nibbana by realizing the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, 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 Savi Haputantri. Let's see the video they sent.
Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One, Dhammapada Yamakavaca.
The story of Arahant Thera Chakkupala. While residing at the Jetavana monastery in Savatthi, our Supreme Buddha uttered this verse with reference to Chakkupala, a blind Thera. On one occasion, Thera Chakkupala came to pay homage to the Supreme Buddha at the Jetavana monastery. One night, while pacing up and down in the meditation, the Thera accidentally stepped on some insects. In the morning, some bhikkhus visiting the Thera found the dead insects. They thought the ill of the Thera and reported the matter to the Supreme Buddha. The Buddha asked them whether they had seen the Thera killing the insects. When they answered in a negative, the Supreme Buddha said, just as you had not seen him killing, so also he had not seen those living insects. Besides, as Thera had already attained arahantship, he could have no intention of killing and so was quite innocent. And the Supreme Buddha spoke in verse as follows.
Mano Bubbangama Dhamma Mano Siddha Mano Maya Manasache Paduttena Bhasativa Karotiva Tatonam Dukkhamang Veti Chakam Vahatu Padam.
All actions in this life are preceded by mind. Mind is their chief. They are made by mind. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows, one like the wagon wheel that follows the foot of an ox.
Namo Buddhaya.
Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. That was a very interesting video.
The next good deed was done by Akila Upasaka. He has sent a video of him chanting a Dhammapada verse. Let's see the video.
Mano Pubbangama Dhamma Mano Siddha Mano Maya Manasache Paduttena Bhasativa Karotiva Tatonang Dukkhamang Veti Chakang Vahato Padang. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Many merits to Akila Upasaka for sending this wonderful video for us to share with the whole world.
The next meritorious deed was done by Pasandi and Sasit. They have explained the first great quality of our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. Dinuli Pereira has created beautiful videos to teach us the first quality, Arahant. Let's watch these videos.
Arahant. Arahant is the Supreme Buddha's first quality. It refers to how the Supreme Buddha eradicated defilements, namely craving, anger, and delusion. The Supreme Buddha became an Arahant by realizing that everything in the nature arises, persists for a while, and decays. He also realized that everything that is perceived from the sense faculties, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, is impermanent. He also taught the Dhamma to the others in the hope that they will be on the path to enlightenment and become an Arahant. Lord Buddha was an Arahant as he eradicated all defilements and lived a life without suffering or craving. The Lord Buddha also taught the Dhamma to lots of people, making them Arahants, extinguishing them from the round of rebirth.
Many merits to Pasandi, Sasin, and Dinuli for teaching everyone about the first great quality of our Blessed One. It was a marvelous video.
The last meritorious deed was done by Timesha Upasika. She has sent 2 posters of what she did on her 2-day retreat of observing the 10 precepts. The posters that Timesha has created were voiced over by Dinuli Pereira. Let's read the email first. Namo Buddhaya, homage to the Triple Gem. I was fortunate enough to participate in a 2-day retreat recently. In the 2 days, I was able to earn enormous amounts of merits by observing the 10 precepts, meditating, helping to prepare dana, and offering to the Supreme Buddha and the Mahasangha, reading Dhamma books and spending my time meaningfully. Even though it was hard to stay away from my day-to-day things, it felt good afterwards. And my parents and my brother helped me a lot to motivate me. I will share 2 posters I did for the 2 days. I would like to share all the merits I collected with gods and Brahmas, with Pinvat Loku Swamin Vahanse, Colombo Dhamma Friend Swamin Vahansa, Vijitavansa Swamin Vahansa, and all other monks and nuns, with all the departed relatives, with my teachers, with my parents and my brother and all living beings. Sadhu, 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 with lots of merits. Timesha.
Namo Buddhaya. Dear friends, this is what Timesha had to tell about her great spiritual achievements from the 2-day SEAL program. On day 1, I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Then I made my bed. I made Kiribat and offered Udayadana. Then I observed 10 precepts. I did loving kindness meditation, offered the Hawaldana. Then I listened to the Mirror of Dhamma program. After that, I did impermanence meditation. I wrote down the 10 precepts. I did not forget to find some time to do walking meditation. After that, I made evening Gilampasa, chanted Pirit, listened to Dhanani Sansa Sutta, and wrote down a summary. I share all the merits I have collected on that day with Pinwat Loku Swamin Vahanse and all the monks and nuns in the world. Darwan Sarne. Dear friends, this is what Timesha has to say about the good deeds she has done on the 2nd day of the 2-day SEAL program. I woke up at 5:02 in the morning. I made my bed, made roti, and offered for Udayadana. I helped to make cupcakes. I offered the Hawaldana, helped to clean the Buddha Puja items, and I also did walking meditation. I drew a picture of the Supreme Buddha, listened to Monks in the Morning podcast, and also did breathing meditation. I made evening Gilampasa and chanted Pirith. I share all the merits I have collected with Pinwat Loku Swamin Vahanse and all the monks and nuns in the world. Darwan Sarne.
Many merits to Timesha Upasika for sending these beautiful posters she has created and the email she sent to us about what she has done on her 2-day retreat of observing the 10 precepts.
Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. These meritorious deeds will help all the meritorious children watching this program to send their good deeds to our email address. May all of us have the courage to do more meritorious deeds in our daily life.
These meritorious deeds will help us to propagate the Dhamma and teach others to do more meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your good deeds. The whole world rejoices in them too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruvan saranai. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Now we have come to the merit sharing session. Today there are a lot of names to mention. Today the program is sponsored by Tushani and Roshan. Parents, Tushani and Roshan. These two parents are sponsoring for the today's program. There are a lot of names, but I'm happy to mention their names because I know they would watch this program today. And there's another announcement. ShraddhaTV management is ready to play this sermon, to replay this sermon. So if you have any preferred time that you wish to play this from your country according to your time zone, please write to us. Then we will consider what time we will replay this program again. And today's merit sharing goes to Tushani and Roshan family. And first of all, let's share merit with all the gods and devas who have been protecting us so far. And may all the devas rejoice in this merit and may they realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And they are wholeheartedly sharing merit with all the departed relatives of them and all the departed relatives of all of us. And may especially Pingmat Horo Patane Kusala Chitta Swamin Wahansa and also departed father Sheen Miskin and Ida the Silva Manio or Ida the Silva Manio. May all those departed relatives, including our Kusala Chitta Swamin Wahansa and all the monks who have passed away living in Mahamena Monastery, rejoice in this merit and may they escape from suffering as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our Pingat Lokaswamin Wahansa and all the monks in Mahamena Buddhist Monastery and all over the world rejoice in this merit. May all the upasakas and upasikas who are training to become monks and nuns rejoice in this merit. And may they have long life, well-being, happiness and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And they are mentioning, may all our family and the Kalyana Mitta families, their parents and children, may this merit help them to enjoy long life, good health and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. And they're happy to share this merit with the staff at ShraddhaTV and Lakviru Radio. And may the Dhamma path be smooth for our children. Shanta, Darshana, Venuk, Dasit, Aryan, Aloka, Sashini, Tisal, Samadhi, Sutumi, Dilani, Dilshan, Shalini, Senomi, Hasala, Shakya, Dhyani, Devni, Chamod, Amasha, Dilya, Jivan. So may all these children and may all the children who are watching the Mirror of Dhamma program, our Dinu, Dhamput and all the other kids realize the Four Noble Truths. And all the staff members of ShraddhaTV and everyone donating for ShraddhaTV and all of y'all realize the Four Noble Truths, get protected from the coronavirus and live happily and escape from this miserable journey of samsara and go beyond the God Saka and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Teruvan Saranai.